Good evening. My name is Francesco Mutoni, and on behalf of the Genethon, I'm going to present the program related to the AAV gene therapy program for Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and I'm pleased to make this presentation at this Little Step conference on Duchenne and Becker muscular dystrophies. Again, my name is Mutoni. I work as a principal investigator and consultant in London. I work at the Dubovitz Neuromuscular Center at the UCL Great Ormond Street Institute of Child Health and Great Ormond Street Hospital in London. I have a involvement in a number of gene therapy programs, but also an antisense oligonucleotide program, and my disclosure are indicated in this slide. Regarding the Genethon, this was created by AFM, the French Muscular Dystrophy Association, in 1958 by the mother of 4 boys with Duchenne muscular dystrophy, who felt that not much was available to her at that time. In 1981, the AFM created its first scientific advisory board, and in 1987, the first telethon, a fundraising event, started. This has really been revolutionary because allowed to raise up to 100 million euro each year. And over the years, AFM has invested more than 1 billion euros in innovation since 1987. Therefore, telethon and AFM are major players in the current biomedical research for rare diseases. In 1990, Genethon was created as a non-profit research and development center dedicated to the treatment of rare genetic diseases with a particular focus on eye, blood, brain, immune system and muscle disorders. In the laboratory at Genethon, there is the possibility to design, produce and test novel medicinal products. Since its inception, more than 30 years ago, the goals of Genethon have changed. In the early 90s, the main focus was that of the identification of genes responsible for neuromuscular disorders. In the late 90s, there was already a focus on gene therapy studies for neuromuscular disorder, and a decade after, the biomanufacturing started, and this in turn led to the identification and the commercialization 30 years after the beginning of the first drug that is now commercially available in the States, in Europe and in Japan for spinal muscular atrophy, a drug that we know very well. There are, in addition, 7 products at the moment resulted from Genethon research in clinical trials, and another 7 products will be entering in clinical trial in the coming years. In 2014, regarding the specific program for Duchenne muscular dystrophy, Genethon obtained orphan drug designation. In 2020, that is this year, the baseline natural history study started, and I will describe this a little later. And the gene therapy trial protocol has been submitted now to the French authorities. Other important aspects have been the identification of a manufacturing partner in hyposchesi and the partnership with Sarepta, another biotech in the States with a lot of expertise in taking medicinal product forward for Duchenne muscular dystrophy. The gene therapy specific microdystrophin developed by Genethon has dissimilarities with existing gene therapy product, although broadly speaking they are a not completely different family. Specific differences are related to the fact that the promoter that regulates the expression of this transgene is different. The sequence of the microdystrophin is also different. And studies that have been done using this microdystrophin in animal model for muscular dystrophy have indicated a good safety profile, but also efficacy at low doses that is encouraging. The study 104 is the pre-inclusion on natural history study. It will occur and is started to recruit in France, but will occur in 4 countries, in the States, in the UK, in France, and in Israel. We will recruit up to 100 individuals with Duchenne who are still ambulant between the age of 5 and 9 years old, and the study will last a minimum of 6 months, up to 3 years, and will be a prerequisite for recruiting children into the subsequent AAV gene therapy study. Regarding the specific medicinal product, the one important difference compared to other existing AAV gene therapy currently in clinical trial is the serotype. This will be a serotype 8. In 2015, Genethon has already received the advice from EMA, the European Medicine Agency, regarding the protocol and in the protocol assistance. In 2020, there has been the submission to the French authorities, and the submission in UK is ongoing. And more recently, the ethics committee in France have approved the natural history study, and the first patient have already been recruited in France. The clinical trial will recruit in the same centers and in the same patient who have been recruited in the original natural history study. So in conclusion, this new AAV8 vector containing this new microdystrophin gene appears to be a promising treatment for Duchenne muscular dystrophy based on the preclinical animal models. A natural history study, the GNT-014, is already started in some countries and will now hopefully start to recruit in the remaining country, and will be necessary to identify patients eligible for the future gene therapy study. And the gene therapy protocol has been approved by the French Ethics Committee, and there is pending for the competent authority decision. And if everything goes well, the first in-human trial is planned for the first part of 2021. Thank you very much, and good evening.